The betrayal of the nation started when the politicians integrated the rage of the oppressed and marginalized indigenous people into the white supremacy system and call it democracy. We have allowed populism politics rise and become the actors that mislead the nation into believing they are leaders. Remember, populism is not the service or progressive or revolution, but merely puppets pretending to be working for the downtrodden masses. We are suffering in the hands of actors and employees, politicians who are noisemakers, slogan peddlers, charlatans in the name of democracy. The poor masses are betrayed by these politicians whom will do anything to sound relevant, yet not answering the generational mission, the land question. They speak of the revolution, yet they dine and wine with the same oppressors they claim to be fighting to liberate the indigenous people. Populism is their way of silencing the anger of the oppressed, while they are part of the elite group. They continue to build nothing, develop nothing, yet continue their life as if everything is going well in South Africa. Populism has been giving us, the poor masses, performance, not progress. We are still brutalized by the racism structures of apartheid and colonial economy. Also denied access to land ownership. They are not in the politics of systematic change. Instead, they enjoy being stooges of the oppressive system. Every time they are supposed to pass laws that will liberate the poor masses, they will organize a march against the government they themselves are part of, just to confuse us and mislead us. These politicians are not prepared to lose their government packs. Their illusion is so clear as daylight. They use food parcels and money to coerce the hungry and unemployed people to march that is insignificant against their friends, which they will meet in Parliament the following day. Politicians are clowns and actors in the string of the colonial elites. The scam works better when the actors peddle propaganda that is received well by the mainstream media controlled by the power structure under the thumb of the settlers and imperialist elites. Apartheid economy structures won't be dismantled by the politicians and the beneficiaries of apartheid economy, and owners of our kingdom land will never be returned as long as the black politicians still get paid by August House and IEC, that is an extension of the capitalist elites. We are on our own, and we must remove the employees, politicians from power. They don't know how to use it for the betterment of the nation. None of them politicians are capable of improving the lives of the indigenous people. They are all captured, hence they are comfortable within the system that is created to exploit, oppress, and segregate the majority of indigenous population. We can speak about the African story all we want. As long as Africa is still under neo-colonial rule, we are not progressing as a continent and black nation. We know a lot about Western atrocities committed on black body and how Africans' wealth continues to be plundered under our noses. As long as we are not building our society security through building an African superstate that will defend black people anywhere in the world, then our misery will never end, and we will subject our children to the cycle of oppression and exploitation by other nations. The land will continue be owned by settlers in their trusts and continue to segregate us from participating in the mainstream economy. The nation that can't defend and feed themselves, that nation will be the slaves of other nations. Our position as Africans on the eyes of the world is that of inferior. We must learn from others whom were in the bottom position like us and what philosophy they have used to liberate themselves. We can build from there as a starting point. We use the currency money that we don't print and supply. We have a privatized South African Reserve Bank The Western power control how we use money because Germany print and supply our money. IMF and World Bank owns our currency, money. The politician doesn't care, neither worry about it. They enjoy the money paid by white supremacy elites in parliament. As long as there is no revolution threatening the colonial elite, politicians can chant, march, and spread rhetoric on the podium all they want to control the anger and frustration of the poor masses. It's all good. Political correctness has become a hiding place to silence our reality. The oppressive and cruel system is a new inherited ideology benefiting these black politicians. 350 child grant or any other grant on that matter won't sustain our lives. We can't afford to build houses, and neither builds families. We need to wake up and determine our future. Politicians are not to be trusted, and they have proven that for the past 31 years to this day. Even the newly formed political parties are no different. They read from the same script and captured by the same cabal elites. RAMSA remained the vehicle organizing South African population to rally behind the revolutionary cause. Heritage is our land, we demand from the settlers. Without the return of our land, economic base will remain a pipe dream. Thank you, Sahel region, for showing us the children of Africa that it is possible to build our nation without the colonial West assistance. Sahel brothers, we would like to meet and build a united Africa through cooperations. The politician made bad deals without our knowledge. What good is the freedom democracy that didn't result in the indigenous people taking back their lands, control of our resources? The Constitution continues to represent the white power structure, and sadly, is that South African remain the corporate of the Western settlers. The politicians speaks proudly when they say South Africa belongs to all who live in it, black and white. They are echoing the sentiment that the indigenous people in South Africa has no say in this country. Politicians can't be trusted because they have betrayed black agenda struggle. Aluta continue.